So I'm just taking some of the paint off the leg to start this prep. Now some of it's in better shape than others, but I just want to show you the difference between using a sander with 80 grit on and the angle grinder with one of these guys on. So I'll set you up and then I'll show you the difference. So this is the next stuff that's going on, Interprotect, a high performance epoxy primer, and I've got to mix this 3 to 1, but I've just been trying to work that out, and then luckily I looked at my little plastic cups and they've got mixing ratios on, so that's super helpful. So I'm going to mix to there, and that should be plenty. Does also say to let this sit for a minute for any air bubbles and then stir again, so we will do that. And you also have to make sure it's above 5 degrees when you apply this. So today we're at about 11, 12, so we're okay, and there's no chance of condensation here, so we should be fine. I can get a good coat of this on now. It's quite runny actually. Okay, so the next job on the list is, we had an anode here, which is just here, and this is one of the bolts that's come out. Now actually these stud things are actually in okay condition because we had them replaced, but this anode doesn't actually do anything, so I'm going to get rid of it. And as you can see, I've just pulled one of the studs out. I thought they were going to be, you can see the condition of this one, it's not actually too bad, but I thought these were going to be a pain to get out, but actually they've come out quite easy. And then I'm going to glass this back in. I'm going to fill it with epoxy. I'm going to drill that out first to clean the hole out and get rid of all of this sealant putty. Then I'm going to clean this area up here. I'm going to put a patch on this side and a patch on the other side. So here on the inside, you can see the hole. So there's the hole. It's not actually that thick there, and it's solid glass. This is solid glass. There's no sandwich core or anything between all that, it's just glass. So really, when you I haven't done many glass repairs, but when you're replacing and glassing in through holes, what you do is you create a big hole, and and you bevel the edges so that you can glass both sides. This is tiny, so I think the best option here is actually to clean this all up so the epoxy's got something to stick to, thickened epoxy to fill the actual hole itself, and then put a patch basically on both sides, definitely on the outside, not so sure on the inside. We'll have a think about that, but I could clean an area here, make a square basically, and then patch it. Here's the other one, and here is the wire that it's connected to. Now on our boat we've got a galvanic isolator, so our earth system is not connected to any other boat or the marina unless we have a problem. And I've got a feeling that they've tied this to the galvanic isolator, so realistically this anode does nothing until we've got a problem, and it's likely that it would trip the electrics anyway in that situation. That anode that you've seen on the outside, that's been on there 2 years and it's had no wear on it at all. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't like the fact that we've got, you know, stainless below the waterline. I mean, it's been replaced. This anode was never originally part of the boat's electrical system. It's not needed for this, it's not tied to that, so it's not doing anything to protect that, so it's just really 2 holes in the bottom of the boat waiting to leak. So let's get rid of them. I should be wearing my mask, so I am. So you can see I've taken a patch out around it. Hopefully that's enough. I'm going to put some glass in there. I've got some, what is it? It's like crossed stranded glass. So I'm going to put a couple of pieces of glass. I've also beveled the edge of the hole out as well, so that it's not just a straight sort of tube to go through. And then I'm going to pack that full of thickened epoxy and glass over the top. As I say, this is not my area of expertise. Watch Boatworks today, I've watched quite a bit of that. So I've just beveled the edge out with this, you see. Yeah, watched quite a bit of Boatworks today, and I've also watched a lot of Mads on Saildrive, so I'm kind of copying what they would do, I think. I've got this is glass, I've gone right through the gel coat. I'm going to acetone all of that in a sec, put my gloves back on, and then I'm going to put some thickened epoxy in and put some glass on the outside, wet this surface as well, on there, done. So I bought the 2 pumps to go with this to make this easier. So with these you don't need to actually try and measure it out, it's literally, they're pre-calibrated, so you just buy the tins and then you buy the pump kit and away you go. But you do have to prime them before you get going, so this first pot basically is just going to go in the bin. So it's literally one of that, and that will give me the quantities that I need. So you actually make up 2 lots. I've actually got some stuff to thicken it. So I've got some stuff here to thicken it as well. So I'm going to make 2 pots. I'm going to make, first one I'm going to prime, then I'm going to make 2 pots. One that's just ready to go that I'm going to put on the outside and on the glass. And then I'm going to do another pot which is thickened, and that's what I'm going to shove in the hole. So that's my plan. I'm just going to do the whole lot wet, so just keep going, basically. So let's get it primed first. That's probably the best thing to do, get another stick. So it says in the instructions just to basically do this really slowly. So let's see what happens. And you've got to keep going until no air bubbles come out. So this should be this one. Okay, that's looking pretty good now. Right, so we'll do the same with this one. Okay, that's looking pretty good as well. Okay, so that pot's dead. I'll get my thicken. So I'm going to thicken some stuff with this. Okay, so let's mix up a proper batch this time. I've gone with the fast hardener, and the reason I've gone for the fast hardener is because that works better down at colder temperatures. So if you look on the back of the kit, it says basically the slow hardener ideal temperature is, well, plus 15, really probably around 20 degrees. That's the temperature you should be working with, where these will go down to 5 and we're at maybe 12 today. So it's going to give me a longer time to work with because it's not going to go off as fast, even though it's the fast hardener. So that was the thinking behind that. But yeah, so let's go. I think I'm going to do 2 pumps of that one. Okay, and then 2 pumps of this one. Okay, so there's my mixture. Start mixing that, and then what we'll do in a minute is we'll put some thickener in it. I don't actually know what that actually is, but that was the one to go with it. Again, it's all West, I bought all the same stuff. So it's nice and it's really runny. I could actually put a bit on there first, actually that's not a bad shout, and then thicken it. I've got loads of it for what I want to do. It's going to be fine. There's a lot of air in that though. You see? Okay. If you can see, but that's a bit better. As I say, I am no expert at this. This is not my area of expertise at all. But we're going to give it a go. I think I'm going to have to put the glass on. Actually, I think I need to put the piece of glass on and do that from the inside. Okay, let's do that instead. Probably should have cut the glass first. Yeah, let's do the mixture. I got myself some peel ply as well, but to be honest, I don't think I need that. I think that's going to help me. I'll probably make a right hash of this, but got to try these things. Right, let's wet this out now. Now, I'm just going to nip inside and put some on the inside. Yeah. Okay. Some tissue. I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. Yeah. Filled it from the inside. There's a bulge on the inside now. Let that cure. Time for a cup of tea. Okay, so job's done then today. We have glassed this in. Taking a picture of that from the inside so you'll be able to see that they are full, and that's exactly what we want to see. I can sort this, I need to sand this and just prep this surface and fill it. Not a bad job, I'm quite happy with that. First coat of paint's gone on here. This has been stripped today. First coat of paint's gone on it. Really pleased with that. We need to, when we come back next time, rub that down very lightly, paint it again. I might roller it next time, and then we are maybe put one more on, I'm not sure, but then we're getting ready for priming and painting that with the Trilux. Also tied in patches on the boat, So we're now ready for anti-fouling. So this is just where the anti-fouling was cracking and coming off. But Chris did a good job of chipping all that away and getting it back to something that was solid. So we've just painted over a little bit. We can paint anti-foul straight onto that. Done a little bit of work on the keel as well. Didn't film that, it's just painting. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the base coat next year, get this shot blasted and probably copper coat it. I think that's probably going to be the future. Sides are all looking nice, so that's done. So it's anti-foul. It's next time it's finish off down here and leg paint, and then it'll be anti-foul, and then we're ready to go back in the water. Just got a few edges to clean up, got a bit of scraping to do here a little bit, I think, just to get that back a little bit, but yeah, it's not going to take us long. So yeah, really pleased, really pleased.